So only about 25% of you are subscribed, so if you could hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we post a new video. Thank you. Good whenever you are.
Well, he's been putting the hinges back on, and we went ahead and got the aftermarket hinge and tried to work it again and get it in the right position. So when we end up putting the spring on and getting in the right position, the spring actually bent the hinge right here. So when it went back into compression, it bends it, and what it does is bend the bottom of the hood out, gouges into the fender.
This is the other side for reference.
So we've been going back and forth trying to get this hinge situation to where we can have it working properly.
Yep.
Alright, well, this is the reason I really like to use factory hinges, but we went through a couple different factory original hinges, pretty pitted, pretty worn out. We're going to have to get pins and re-put pins, but the metal's better. The old metal's got more everything. This, we got it fitting pretty good and straightened where it was without the spring. When the spring was on, attaches here and goes to the back and pulls forward. It literally twisted this hinge. If you look down it on the side, it literally twisted the metal right there through the P. That's how soft this metal is in the hinge. And it's back to moving all around. So, some of the pain in the ass problems with this car, we're gonna have to find better hinges, man. I mean,
it's not. It stays out, yeah.
By the way, this box moves.
Ain't that much difference there.
No.
An eighth or a quarter.
That one kind of sweeps up, and that one remains kind of flat.
Well, this is the other aftermarket hinge that we put in and when we put the spring on it. And you can pretty much see what it did. It twisted and bent. I mean, it really, that's how weak the metal is. The metal just tweaked just by having the spring on it. So that's why I quit going after using the originals, but I mean, I'm gonna have to rebuild the original ones and use the pins, put in older pins and press new pins and try to work at getting them. The metal's a lot better. I can't get over how that bends. Alright, well, they've been fucking with this thing and trying to get it straight. The hood is soft. It bends, it moves. What we got going on here, we get the hood lined up really good. And come on in here and get a camera right in here, George. And you can see what we're having a problem with is the different hinges and how much that hinge moves from side to side. See how much it just moves? Okay. And then like the aftermarket hinges move just as much, and we're gonna drive them and try to tighten them up more. But watch what we got going on. See how it bends out to the fender. And when you lift, that hinge is bending so much that it pushes out. See? I got the latch. See how it pushes out? Real bad. It gouges into the fender. We've had the hood fitting really nice with no springs in. As soon as you put tension on it and the springs in, the hinge is tweaking, the hinge is moving. We've had a lot of difficulty going back and forth with it. We're going to try switching it out and tightening up the other aftermarket hinges and bending the top more. Neither one of these things big. And everything, the aftermarket hinge, the position of the rod is different, the bottom plate is a little different. So that's what we have going on. Otherwise, I mean, we had a really nice bit. Again, before we put the springs back in, the springs put so much tension when that goes out, it's pulled on this top a whole lot. It really is pulling down. I had this put in flush, real nice across here. It's pulled it in a lot. You know, it doesn't sit down the same way in the front. It pulls the front back and up. You know. So. All right, you can see what we've been doing. You can go back and watch what we've been doing on this. This is the 48 Chevy, and the hinges have been a pain in the ass. The aftermarkets are weak, they bend. The pitch and the angles aren't correct. What we got here is you can see the difference between where this sits and where this one is, of how much that is bent differently of how it sits. So what we've done, if you come in close, you can see this is a replacement pin that we made on the lathe, and this is the factory pin. We did a thicker head and we did a taller shank. So when we plenish this out, it'll end up with a lot larger of a head impact on the inside, so it doesn't release. Even these, if you look, they have a very little head on the inside, and that wobbles and just eggs right out. So it's been quite a bit of a problem. Here's one of the old ones on this, and you can see how the head, we beat that head down and tried to tighten it up more, but it's paper thin. It's really thin, and we just get more and more play in them. So we're replacing them. We're gonna see if that helps us out and tightens things up. All right, if you look at it, I mean, in these, we really milled them out so they fit really tight against this. So what we're trying to do is stop all the side-to-side wobble and everything. The other ones were egged out pretty bad, and then the size of this shaft is a lot thicker. So when we end up plenishing this and making it flat, it'll give us a lot bigger of a head. So hopefully it just won't wear out over time like this did. So that is where we're going. Snap that one in. I'll set it up here on the anvil. And we're going to hand do it. Right about there, right? Alright.
Hold on.
You can see as we're opening it up. Now we're going to take and really plenish it down real quick. And take a look at that. It gives you a real quick idea of the ring and how much reinforcement we're going to get out of it. Go ahead and feel it and see how tight. You're going to have to work them back and forth. And we're just going to work them into place again, but we want them to be as tight as we can. Alright, let's whip out the other one, and then we'll forward working them all back and forth. Flip it over. Alright, go back where it's nice and dense. Alright. We're gonna do it again. Maybe I won't get my punch stuck in there.
Just like that.
A little bit more.
Okay.
Correct. Flip it over. And tighten it up a little more. Ready?
Sure.
Make them any tighter? No, I went lighter on it because, I mean, that one I hit so hard we tightened it up really, really tight. Let me walk this down a little more. I've just been taking my time a little bit. Ready?
Sure.
I went farther. I don't, like I said, I want to take my time getting them nice and tight so we can keep them moving really well. Huh? Yeah, that's a lot. We don't have all the slop. You look at how much slop was in the other ones, and we're tight. We ought to take out a lot of the slop. That's what our goal is, to get all the movement out of it. Awesome. All right, let's do the other one.
But it's pretty consistent on how in the corner it gets a little bit closer, like right here, and then it's pretty fucking sweet right there. But like up here and here, it's right about the same. That's probably darn near factory, and we can get a little better, like I said, with a little skim coat, right? Body working them together.
Cool. Alrighty.
I think.